Imagine this: you're on a road trip, you see a perfect hidden pond, or you're traveling light on a hike, you have no space for a full-sized rod, but you have the urge to fish. What if I told you that the rod in your backpack right now could be the difference between catching the fish of a lifetime and just watching the water? We tested over a dozen models to find the 5 best telescopic fishing poles on the market. And the number one pick? It's not what you'd expect. It redefines portability and power. Let's get into it. Starting at number 1. Abu Garcia Veritas PLX. The Abu Garcia Veritas PLX is a lightweight and sensitive spin fishing rod that has enough backbone for solid hook sets. Weighing in at just 3.9 ounces, the action is fast and pleasantly crisp. Abu Garcia says its PowerLux 100 resin places nanoparticles between carbon fibers to enhance strength. We can't see the particles, but we had no fear on deep bends with this rod, which smoothly arcs into the butt section, giving it fish fighting control. This rod is so well balanced it feels extra light, but I loved its power for making quick, long-distance, on-target casts, said tester Chris Maxer. After the cast, the rod recovered almost instantly, ready for me to feel jigs bumping bottom through the exposed blank and reel seat. To reduce weight, the Veritas PLX uses smaller than average titanium alloy guides with zirconium inserts. While tough and precise, these guides tended to make it a bit harder to cast with fishing lines with high memory coils. Basically, one of the fluorocarbon lines I tested this rod with created coils that struggled to get through the guide smoothly. If I stretched the line before casting, it was fine, but I'd recommend almost any supple braided line for optimal casting with this rod, Chris noted. For those who might prefer a beefy rod that sacrifices finesse in favor of durability and raw power, consider the Ugly Stik GX2. If you want a similar crisp, lightweight feel at about half the cost, check out the Berkeley Lightning. Still, if the price is right for your budget, the Veritas is the kind of rod you'll likely enjoy casting for years to come. Number 2. St. Croix Triumph Travel. The St. Croix Triumph Travel is the best travel spin fishing rod for most people. It has far better balance than clunky telescoping rods, making it suitable for experienced anglers, and its crisp action and consistent casting can help newbies learn faster than cheap alternatives. St. Croix included a thicker resin over the entire blank, which can help improve impact resistance and durability. While the 4-piece design results in a slightly tip-heavy balance, wow, I'm impressed by how well the performance rivals premium 2-piece rods, Chris said. I like how I can keep this rod tucked inside my vehicle so I'm ready to fish anytime, anywhere. The biggest drawback to the Triumph Travel is the price. It's pretty affordable compared to overall costs for those going on fishing expeditions or vacations, but those new to fishing might also need to stretch their budgets to include reels, lines, and tackle. If affordable portability is your most important buying factor, the PLUSINNO carbon fiber telescopic and the KastKing Blackhawk 2 telescopic can cast lures and catch fish. In our experience, we'd rather have any rod than no rod when it comes to travel rods and spur-of-the-moment fishing opportunities. The Triumph Travel lets us keep a rod handy that we also love to fish with. Number 3. PLUSINNO carbon fiber telescopic. Sometimes, you need to travel to find the big fish, which is where the PLUSINNO carbon fiber telescopic rod shines. This spinning rod stores down to a minimal 17.5 inch and extends to 5 feet 11 inches. The process takes just a few seconds. It has a sensitive feel and great balance for a telescoping rod. We had no trouble sensing the lure in the water and detecting bites. Also, this rod is one of the most durable that we tested. Although it weighs a bit more due to the beefed-up metal components, it should last a long time if care is taken. Materials: fiberglass, high-density carbon fiber, stainless steel guides, EVA handle, aluminum spool, reel. Our only real complaint with this rod is its lack of built-in features. While it covered all the basics, it didn't have some of the other rod's standard features, like hook holders. Another often repeated complaint about this rod is that the segments stick in the extended position. This was only an issue, however, when we used a lot of force to extend the segments. Otherwise, it collapsed without issue. When it did stick, we were forced to encourage the segment to go back in with a pair of pliers, which resulted in some scarring of the rod. In this situation, we would recommend using a piece of cloth between the pliers and the rod to reduce marring. If you're seeking a highly portable and durable rod that casts well and is highly sensitive, the PLUSINNO carbon fiber Telescopic is your rod. The Cast King Blackhawk 2 Telescopic is another telescoping rod we liked. It's versatile and offers great sensitivity. Number 4. Ugly Stik GX2. The Ugly Stik GX2 is the most durable fishing rod we tested, making it a great option for families and anyone navigating rough shorelines with brush or the chance of falls on slick rock. It has a no-nonsense graphite and fiberglass combination build that replaces the popular first-generation Ugly Stik. For extra durability, the one-piece stainless steel guides add a slick coating instead of inserts. I can't say that the Ugly Stik GX2 is a pretty rod, but I'm a fan anyway. Why? It's remarkably fishable and capable of long-distance casting. Sure, the action is a bit soft for precision, but that softness helps keep barbless hooks attached to fish throughout the fight, Chris says. In fact, I caught 3 coho salmon on this rod, and it never flinched. Impressive, particularly at its lower price point. The biggest drawback to the Ugly Stik GX2 is that it's a bit clunky and is not a pretty rod. The Abu Garcia Veritas PLX is graceful, precise, and strong, but costs nearly twice as much. The more affordable Berkeley Lightning offers lightweight precision but is not as durable for handing over to kids. As long as you're not offended by the stick-like looks, the GX2 is a worthy update to Ugly Stik's most successful line. Number 5. Shakespeare Micro. The Shakespeare Micro is the best ultralight spin fishing rod for panfish and trout. Its playful action is stiff enough to cast accurately yet sensitive enough to let you feel the most tentative nibbles. For wary trout in spring creeks with clear water, this affordable rod lets you cast small spinners with near-invisible 4-pound test. I could cast near brushy banks on tight little trout streams, and I like the faster action for setting the hook, Chris noted. I do like how it flexes to make catching bluegill feel like a fight, definitely good for beginners to learn when to haul and when to let the rod do the work. This rod is also a good, fun choice for light jigs for crappie fishing or fishing with bait and bobbers for perch. The biggest issue with this Shakespeare Micro comes back to its size. It's not a far caster, even with light line. While you might be able to land a large trout with this rod, you'll have to be smart, patient, and lucky, Chris says. However, Shakespeare makes a 7-foot version, which will help if you need to reach a little farther out. If you want a small rod that's a bit beefier, the Ugly Stik Elite's 5-foot version is a great choice. It weighs twice as much as the Micro, but its durability could be worth the extra weight and cost. So there you have it. Whether you're an urban angler, a spontaneous adventurer, or just need a great backup, one of these rods is your new secret weapon. My personal go-to for everyday carry is the mention or ready to grab one for yourself. All the product links with the best prices I could find are waiting for you in the video description below. If this video helped you find your next perfect rod, please do give it a thumbs up, share it with your fishing buddies, and hit that subscribe button for more honest gear reviews and fishing secrets. Tight lines.